Hi guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name's Amanda. And you know, I'm all about getting dinner done quick. So we just got back from Taekwondo. My kids, we're trying to get dinner on, but I want to bring you along with me in my kitchen. So I'm glad you're here. Tonight, I'm going to make some quick fish tacos. They're super fast for dinners that are just perfect like this, where it's crazy. So let's get those fish tacos going. I mean, seriously, I redid that intro like 3 times and I'm like, who am I kidding? I'm hurrying, I'm in a rush. I actually am trying to get dinner done. I'm gonna turn my stove off, stove on while I talk. I want to actually just bring you in my kitchen and show you how to cook. So I have got pollock here. And the reason why I have pollock is because it was the white fish that was on sale this week. Cod or tilapia or haddock, which is usually more expensive, would all be perfect for these kind of tacos. I make a homemade taco seasoning, which I can't find. Oh, it's right here. I make a homemade taco seasoning, and I will put that video down in the description box. But it's a mix of like onion powder and chili powder and garlic powder. So I'm just going to sprinkle this pretty liberally with some of my homemade taco seasoning, and you can, use a store-bought taco seasoning that you prefer. I like to have pretty mild, and I like to be able to control my own salt, so I don't have salt in my taco seasoning. But yeah, a lot of cooking shows are like, here's how to follow a recipe, and those are perfect. That's great. Like, we need those kind of well, like, that's a good way to learn how to cook. But I've been cooking for 25 years, and I just know how to get dinner done, right? And that's what I'm here to show you, some tips and tricks, and visit with you a little bit along the way. So I've got this taco seasoning. I'm gonna actually add a little bit more. Hold on. Wash the fish off my hands and add a little bit more here. So earlier this afternoon, I made this yummy peach salsa, which I'm gonna serve with my fish tacos. All right. So this should be getting really hot now. I'm gonna use some avocado oils. One of my preferences, you could use coconut oil. Just want an oil that can get hot. I mean, because our skillet's gonna get screaming hot, because we want a good char on our fish. So fish can sometimes be intimidating, but this is a good recipe for beginners who aren't really confident using fish, because we want the fish to break up. So sometimes when you're using fish, you're trying to keep your fillets nice and pretty and together, but we actually want it to start to break up. So it's perfect for that. Okay, so you want your pan and your oil to be hot. So you hear that noise? If you don't hear that noise, then your pan is not hot enough. So I'm just carefully placing it in the pan. I start closest to me and I lay it away from me so that I'm not splashing oil on myself. And I want to get kind of all of these in together. I'm just kind of scooting it over a little bit. You don't want to mess with them too much, because that will affect it getting the char that we want, but I want to get them all in my pot. All right, let me put this in the sink and wash my hands again. Oh, it was so interesting. So I'm on a YouTube creator, creator Facebook group that talks about how to create your YouTube channel, and this one's specific to cooking channels, and it's great, and I love all the people that I've met, but a lot of them are specifically designed for creating recipes. And when somebody asked the other day, how many times do you do a recipe before you're ready to film it? And most of the people said that they run through a recipe 3 or 4 times before they film, and I was like, that's awesome. I'm so glad that there's people out there who are actually testing their recipes before they publish them and before they, would write a cookbook and things like that. because there's nothing worse than getting a cookbook and you try to make the recipe and you're like, did anybody actually ever do this? But that's not what my channel is about. Those are perfect. Those are great channels and I like actually watching them. But I'm here to show you, like, once you have a recipe, how to make it your own, right? Like, because a lot of times a recipe, you know, might call for black beans and you open your pantry and you want to make it and you have everything, but you have pinto beans. Like, well, you know, most of the time that's going to work. So just go ahead and substitute. So it's all in knowing about when to substitute and when not to. Okay, so we do want to, like I just did, flip these over. But again, you're not going to want to flip them too many times because, like, while we do want it to fall apart, I mean, like, chunk apart, we don't want it to, like, literally shred. This was very, very thin fish, so it is cooking up very quickly. But as soon as you can see, as soon as this starts to flake away like that, your fish is, like, pretty much done. I mean, this fish was so thin. So I'm going to lower the heat because it's not quite done. I can tell, like, this piece right here is a little thicker, so it's still cooking. But I'm going to grab some lime juice. And I didn't put this on at the first because that would have, like, cooled down the pan. But I want some of that kind of lime flavor on these fish. And let me show you from the refrigerator. This is the salsa. So you can click on the recipe card here, or it's in the description box, that I made earlier this afternoon that I'm going to put on the tacos. And I have both some corn tortillas and some little white flour tortillas that my kids prefer, so either one will make good. These are really tiny, so I'm going to eat quite a few of these tacos. These are little bitty, like they're even smaller than these. And then let me grab a cutting board, and I'm going to just finely dice some cabbage here to kind of give a little fresh green vegetable to my tacos. But again, these are very small taco shells, so it's not going to hold very much things. And my skillet is on low. My fish is pretty much done. Like I said, this is just a fast dinner. And I made that salsa up earlier. It's a peach salsa. But if you use a store-bought salsa, I mean, you'd have this dinner done in like 10 minutes. So perfect for busy school nights. I homeschool my kids, but we have Taekwondo almost, well, pretty much every week of the night. So makes for the evenings to be a little busy. Anyway, so I've got some cabbage. I'm going to have my fish, the shells, the salsa. I'll show you what the end dish looks like once I get it all plated up. I don't tend to plate while I'm filming. See how this breaks up here? Let me show you. So we actually do want it to break apart here. So that way it will go. Here, let me taste it real quick. See if we need to add any more salt or anything else to this fish. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Very flavorful. I'm not sure if I've even ever cooked with pollock before. It's very good. Definitely will have to buy this again. Like I said, it was the one that was on sale, so that's the one I grabbed. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in and watching my episode. And please hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment below letting me know what you think. What's your favorite way to cook fish? And we'll see you next time, where I will be using that peach salsa to pair with a chicken dish. The leftover of that salsa to pair with a chicken dish. That's a cilantro lime chicken. I'm going to make that tomorrow night. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.